Hello. If this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Jody Klinger, and I wanted to thank you for checking out my website. Below, you'll find more information on all of the various pages about what I do and what I help clients with. But in this short video, I simply wanted to explain to you that your insurance premiums are not priced the way that you think they are. Most business owners or executives think that insurance premiums are driven mainly by the market conditions, what's going on in the insurance marketplace. And while the market matters a little bit, it's really not what drives the majority of how much you're going to pay each and every year. The real driver that really determines your final cost for your insurance premium is how insurance underwriters perceive your business from a risk standpoint or a risk point of view. Now, that shouldn't be surprising, but many companies still approach their insurance renewals the same way every year. They might have their current agent or they might have new agents go out and shop for quotes and hope somebody is going to come back with a cheaper option that they can then move to. The problem is that most agents themselves don't really have any impact on the controlling of the price. They surely don't actually set the price, but they also don't even have much of an impact. Many are simply just hoping one of these insurance companies that they submit your account out to is going to offer a little bit lower number so they have a chance to win your business for that year. And don't get me wrong, saving money is great. I want to save money just like everybody else wants to save money. But many businesses overlook the biggest lever that they actually have available to them, which is how are the underwriters really viewing your account? I mean, think about it from your perspective. Would you just give the best price that you can offer anybody to a complete stranger that's just walking in your door and asking for a great deal? Probably not. You're going to evaluate things that are important to you. Things such as the relationship that you have with that customer, the profitability on the specific product, whatever it is that you're offering, maybe the long-term value that you have with giving them a good deal and what's in it for you. Just the overall fit for everything as a whole. You're not just going to randomly give out everybody a great price because they've asked for a phenomenal price and they just came to your door. Well, insurance companies, they do the exact same thing on their end. They evaluate your risk profile as an overall account on their books, but they also look at the relationship. They look at the value, what's in it for them. They determine all of these things, or they evaluate all these things to determine the final price that they're going to give on your account. So they're no different. So instead of just hoping for a great quote by sending out for quotes every single year, the best strategy that you should really focus on is understanding how underwriters think about you and how you can position your company to get stronger results over the long term, because that's really where you're going to see the movement in your premium, and that's how you're going to continue to sustain all of these increases. Now, you have to think about things such as like, how well do we manage our risk? How do we manage our liability and the operational exposures that we have in the type of business that we run? What kind of controls or procedures do we have in place? What kind of training do we provide our employees or standard operating procedures that we already have in place? The fact is, many businesses have built a very, very strong system over years or even decades of experience, and they've honed this over years. Unfortunately, a lot of those strengths are often never properly communicated to insurance carriers. So what ends up happening is when an insurance underwriter has to price an account based off of somebody's risk perception or risk profile, a lot of the decisions that these underwriters are making are based off of incomplete information or generic applications that the agent's setting in, or maybe they'll just quickly glance at your website and they get a general assumption on a lot of things about your business. Unfortunately, when they assume and they don't know, a lot of those assumptions are skewed in favor of the insurance company, and that ultimately means higher pricing for you. And the fact of it is if you don't approach this the right way, you get stuck in this cycle every single year, shopping quotes, hoping for a better option, having to review all these options. But at the end of the day, very little change really occurs. What I focus on is how your business is truly positioned with the insurance carrier, but specifically the underwriter. What do they know about you, and how well can we articulate everything that you have in place now, the strengths and your procedures and your policies, your SOPs, etc., and how does that leverage in the benefit of both you and the insurance carrier so you're both in a winning proposition? That ultimately means that we have to identify these strengths and these controls and all of these factors to make you a more desirable risk. But I say this all the time. One of my jobs is to make you look as attractive as possible in the eyes of the underwriter, because they're the one who's actually setting the premium for you in the pricing. So again, it goes back to what I said before. The underwriter has one primary goal. It is to write profitable accounts for the insurance carrier. And when your business is presented the right way to the insurance carrier or the underwriters don't just arbitrarily quote your insurance and throw a number out there and hope that you bite. They're actually going to aggressively start competing for your business. So anyhow, if this video hit home, or you'd like a deeper understanding as to how all this works, how to position yourself in the eyes of the insurance underwriter and the carrier, I've created a longer video below you'll find somewhere which breaks this down even further, where I talk about the top 20 things commercial underwriters evaluate when they're determining your pricing and your rates. And more importantly, is how do you leverage them and use them to your advantage. So I hope this helped. We'll talk soon, and we'll see you on the next one.